Another prop firm on the block, daytraders.com. One of the founders or co-founders of this was one of the co-founders of Apex. They actually reached out to me to try to get me to be an affiliate, hit me with some pizzazz in the email. I'm going to not show the email exchange. There's nothing bad there. One of the claims that they made was that Rhythmic was more reliable than Tradevate, which was funny to me. I basically told them that, hey, you need to add more options. They don't offer Tradevate right now because Rhythmic has been very, very unreliable, specifically with Apex Trader funding. That was one of the major issues of 2024 with Apex, was all of the reliability issues. It's one thing to not get paid out and all these other things, but imagine you have a session, you've been waiting all week, waiting for the setup. It comes and you can't log into your account, right? Or you get stuck in trades, you can't get out, right? All of those were Rhythmic issues, right? They weren't even necessarily Apex's fault, right? Rhythmic is a vendor that they're using, and there's all this complexity. Doesn't matter whose fault it is, honestly. The impact for us as end users is that we can't accomplish our goal for the service that we paid for, right? I want to make that super clear. Now, I'm still a fan of Apex, right? If you want to get their accounts, use the link below. Today, we're going to talk about daytraders.com, right? They also offer multiple accounts, Rhythmic accounts as well. But the reason I decided to do this is because they also offer static accounts. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I think that static accounts are the best account type out there, bar none, because you're just getting straight up capital. For those of you who are new here, my name is Forrest. I invest in stuff. I'm a day trader. I think that everybody should invest as well. And it is my passion and purpose to help people achieve their financial goals. If you like the sound of that or just like the way that I look and sound, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hang out. I'd love to see you around in all of my future videos. Let's go ahead and take a look at daytraders.com. Now, I like to do these videos as a first reaction. I've done a little bit of homework, but literally just what do I think based off of my years of experience as a day trader, and then also as somebody who uses prop firms and honestly advises a lot of people on how to navigate this space at this point. Just as a disclaimer here, right? Whether I decide to put an affiliate code or not, I haven't really decided yet for these guys, but I will make money if you use those affiliate links. And I have to say that you still need to make a choice, not just based off of what I say, but what makes sense for you, right? The different types of accounts, prop accounts, whether they have trailing or no trailing, and all that can add extra barriers that could prohibit you even if you are an okay trader. I think the absolute best way to start as a trader is with your own account if you can afford it. That's how I traded. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Actually, I became a seven-figure trader before I even started trading with prop firms. The game has changed though, with all the prop firms today, all the different firms offering, multiple accounts. You can truly leverage in a way that you couldn't do even just 2 years ago, right? So it's truly the golden age of trading right now. I say all of that as a disclaimer because this is something that comes up and it's going to come up more and more and more. And as somebody with a platform now that is growing, I want to talk about this stuff, right? It's fun for me, it's interesting, but I also want to give you a full up disclaimer of like, hey, you need to plan and execute to a plan, okay? Don't just click buy because you subscribe to me and you like my videos, okay? All right, let's take a look at it. So we're here on daytraders.com. At the top here, got to do the old website review. How good does the website look? Okay, think of it like this, guys. When you meet somebody, okay, your first impression goes a long way. Now, if you go back to my Apex Trader funding review, remember I hated their website. And as a matter of fact, I was hesitant to even start prop trading because of what their website looked like, right? I've been trading for a long time. My partner in the Discord, Soul, one of the best traders I know. If you are in our Discord community, you know. He was actually the one who referred me to them. He's like, hey man, you got to check out this thing called prop trading. And I went to the website and I was just like, that looks like scam software. They're legit, got multiple payouts from them. They're fine, okay? Nonetheless, a professional presence just shows how much a company cares and is taking this whole thing seriously, especially in the tail end of 2024, which we are right now, where it seems like new prop firms are popping up every single day. Okay, again, the founders of this, one of them at least, came from Apex, right? Has experience in the game, which is always a good thing, right? Taking all of your knowledge and leveling up in another business can always be a great way to break into the space. So it's a clean look. Really quickly, I always just want to know how quickly I can get down to the actual things I care about, which are the products, right? So there's a button at the top, it's easy to navigate to, and it looks like you have to scroll quite a bit to get down there. So from the top call out, we have this little blurb of mostly useless information, some more useless information. Okay, not sure where to start. We've got you covered. They've got some videos. Okay, before you get to the product, Get started in 3 easy steps. So it looks like you can finally sign up here. Okay, and that brings us down. So takes a little bit to get to the place that we care about. If you hit start trading at the top, it will just take you there, which is nice to see, right? So their call to action, website design is pretty good overall. I do wish that the product was a little bit higher, but it literally doesn't matter. If you're here about to buy this account, you're probably have been trading for a while, you know what you're looking for. Okay, so let's break this down. One, for the platform, you see that they only offer Rhythmic. I could talk about this for 20 minutes. Options are good. Okay, as it is today, I have accounts that are Rhythmic accounts. I have accounts that are Tradevate accounts. Because of the ecosystem and because of contracts between the businesses, there's no technological barrier for this, right? Rhythmic limits the number of logins that you have, okay? There's also like people white label the brokers, right? So like Fast Track Trading, for example, white labeled Quantower, and you can only log into Fast Track through their Nitro, okay? So there's all these things where people are trying to lock you into their ecosystem. For us as traders, we just want the option to be flexible, copy trade across these accounts and firms. You shouldn't be really tied to the hip at any firm. If this is your first firm and your first choice, it really won't matter, okay? Being able to scale across firms is a whole different ball game and something that you can work towards. Nonetheless, you can use Rhythmic. I have my thoughts and qualms with it. Like I said, I use Rhythmic every single day, which is why I have strong opinions on it. Like I literally use it and I've gotten paid out from Rhythmic accounts. So anything negative I have to say is on that foundation of like, I use it, I know how reliable it is, or isn't, okay? All they offer is Rhythmic. In my conversations with Leo, he said they are working on adding more, okay? So they have all these different accounts. You can see here, starting capital 25K for this one, earnings target $1,250. Oh, actually, this is the static. Let's look at the trailing. Okay, you get 3 contracts, you have an earnings target of 1,500, trailing threshold of 1,500, 1-to-1, really good ratio, drawdown, you know, no daily drawdown. You know, it's literally just an Apex account, guys, straight up. You go to the 50K, it's the same thing, right? So 1-to-1, essentially with what you would expect from Apex. I don't really see any difference in the ratio of earnings target to trailing. And yeah, it looks like you can have up to 5 accounts, right? 5 pro accounts at a time. Okay, so doesn't look like, from what I can see, they offer 20 accounts yet, but 5 is good. 5 is a good number if you want to increase some leverage. Why does horizontally scaling even matter for these prop firms? Because something people don't understand about leverage, it's really simple if you do the math, but for those of you who are just like, why wouldn't I just get a bigger account instead of scaling horizontally? It's because your risk parameters are different, right? If you're somebody who gets squeamish trading, you know, a mini, right? You might want to go to micros, okay? So if you could stay trading micros and say make $200 a day, and then you change nothing about your trading, but then you add another account, well, you've doubled your profits. You add another account, you've tripled your profits. You add another account, you've quadrupled your profits. So it allows you to not have to change your system too much, not have to change your emotions too much, and still scale, as well as your win-loss parameters, which is really important, okay? When you increase leverage in a singular account, you actually are increasing in a linear fashion the rate that you approach your trailing drawdown, right? Simplest way to say that is if I have $1,000 of drawdown and I trade 1 contract, if I suddenly increase it to 2 contracts, I'll get there twice as fast. If I increase it to 5 contracts, I'll get there 5 times as fast. But if I get 5 accounts, trading one contract, I still get there just as fast, right? I'm not increasing my rate of failure. It's really, really important to understand that. Draw it down yourself if you don't get that, okay? So those accounts are fine. Here's what's really cool, static accounts. So Apex doesn't really have too many options in terms of static accounts, right? They have like a $625 static account. Day Traders has way more, which is cool to see. These are my favorite account types. So in terms of just like why you should even consider this firm, in my opinion, is because of the amount of static accounts. Now the 25K static account is really a $300 account. I've talked about this many times, but the actual account sizes don't matter. The account size is the drawdown. In this case, you're getting $300 for $110. Now that's not that good. I would rather go, honestly, if I'm gonna get a static account, just go for the $740 of drawdown, okay? You have an earnings target of 3,200, yet 2 contracts, which is plenty to get there, right? So somewhere I definitely want access to 2 contracts. From the 100K to 300K is what I would go for. The difference between these monthly, right? 100K is $140 a month, 300K is $170 a month, and you're getting more drawdown. So what's cool about a static account is that you're just buying money, okay? There's no trailing. So day one, I get the 300K static account from daytraders.com. I have an earnings target of 3,200. I make 400 bucks. Okay. So my total drawdown goes from 740 to 1,140, right? 7 plus 4 is 11. Yeah. Right. So 1,140. So the next day, I instantly have less pressure, right? So if I have 2 days back to back, right? Let's say that I make 800 bucks. 8 plus 7 is 15. So I have $1,540 of drawdown if I come out the gates hot. Obviously, you might come out the gates not hot, lose money, and that's fine, but you're not dealing with the trailing either way. So static accounts are just a superior account type, straight up all day, every day. The profit targets are higher, right? You're gonna need to be more patient. The drawdown isn't a crazy amount, so you can blow up. But what's really cool with this is that once you get to the funded stage, it's still a static account, right? What most people do with the trailing accounts is they try to build the buffer, they pad them to turn them into a static account. This just preempts that. So I highly recommend and approve of the static accounts. It's nice that they offer a few different options for this. Also, it's just cheaper, okay? You could get if you look at the trailing 300K account, right? You have an earnings target of 15,000, trailing threshold is 7,000. You have 20 contracts. The 20 contracts is bait. If you trade 20 contracts, you're going to blow through $7,000 like it's a penny. Okay. There is a time and place for that account, right? There are people making money today with a 300K account with the trailing, I'm sure. Okay. But that's not my job to talk about what is possible. It's my job, in my opinion, to talk about what makes sense and is most useful, especially for new people. That's really what I'm targeting. New people, people looking to scale, really everybody. This just makes the most sense. It doesn't matter where you are. This makes the most sense. Cool. All right. So let's talk about fees. Okay. Lifetime fee, $130 for a pro account. You have 5. So you pass these. So say you get 5 of these static accounts for $170. 170 times 5 is, let's do some math. Don't want to mess up my pretty screen share here. So we have 170 times, 170 times 5. Whoa. Gives you $850. And then if you pass them, you're going to do 130 times 5, 130 times 5, 650 plus 850, $1,500 all in. All right. So $1,500 all in if you pass all the accounts. Should you do that out the gate? No. If you're new, you should start with one account no matter what it is, no matter what, right? Okay. I'm saying that even as like an affiliate of these firms. I don't know if I'm gonna have a link for them yet or not. I'll probably add a link. Why not? But start with one account, guys. Get paid and then use that to bankroll the other accounts. If you're going to trade for years and years and years, I promise you there's no need to rush and spend all that money up front. In terms of platforms that you can use, Rhythmic, Quant Tower, Motive, Wave. Okay. You can trade all the traditional stuff. Let's look at their rules. That's really what I want to figure out. I think their rules are probably just the normal stuff. Let me find where they have rules. That's the other thing that's missing on this page that I wish. Every single prop firm has this issue where they hide their rules inside of an FAQ knowledge base mess where you have to search for it, when the rules could just be on this screen, like just right here. Here are the rules. Here's the eval rules. Here's the other rules. I don't see it. So unless I'm missing something, it's not here. That's like the immediate improvement. Now, they're probably doing that on purpose, right? I don't know. They probably got this website out of a template, honestly, right? So yeah, they have this little knowledge base thing here. Let's look at evaluation accounts, evaluation account rules, profit goal and drawdown. All right, so minimum trading days, you need to trade 5 trading days, but the days don't need to be consecutive. There is a 50% consistency rule. That means that no trading day can be larger than 50%. Very similar to like Top Step. They have a note here. We've implemented a small variance for making small amounts slightly greater than 50%. So it looks like they're not going to beat you over the head if you're slightly over. But basically, yeah, let's just say if you make an amount that's significantly more than usual and you're well over 50%, expect to need to trade another day. Dollar cost averaging, DC is allowed during both the evaluation and pro account phases. Cool. News trading is allowed. Trading during news is not recommended as liquidity can drastically decrease and volatility can drastically increase. I agree with that statement. It's cool that they allow it. Some people have news-based trading strategies. I specifically don't trade the news. There's a caveat to that. Obviously, sometimes I do. If you're in my Discord, you'll see me trade the news sometimes, but most of the times I just don't, or I watch. No high frequency trading. Of course, stop trading after passing. Once you pass your evaluation, stop trading. Evaluation account limit. You're limited to holding 15 evaluation accounts at a time. And if an evaluation account fails, you must reset it or purchase a new one. Key rules and procedures. All trades must be closed and pending orders canceled latest by 4:59 p.m. EST. Day traders will cancel open position tied orders, but you're responsible for manually canceling any other pending orders. Holiday trading looks normal. Cool. So let's see the pro account trading rules. Dollar cost averaging is allowed. Pro account limit is 5. Okay, the consistency rule here, 30% consistency rule for pro accounts. In any trading cycle, no single day profit may account for more than 30% of the total profits earned during that cycle. For example, if your total profit over trading cycle is $10,000, and more than $3,000 can be made in a single day. To ensure this, we have implemented the 30% consistency rule. This rule, yeah, they literally just repeating itself. Trading cycle is defined as the time passed since your last payout request. So yeah, it's literally just Apex 2.0, but with better static accounts. So going back to their website, if you look at the platforms, okay, how would you slot this in? If you're an existing trader, Quant Tower can have multiple things logged in, maybe with some nuance. I trade a NinjaTrader with Replicano. I do have some accounts running in a VM now, which is pretty crazy, in Quant Tower. And then I have my other accounts linked to NinjaTrader. There are a lot of firms, there are a lot of accounts. I have like 60 prop accounts right now. I don't have any daytraders.com accounts. I might get some, might get 5. We'll see, maybe at the end of this month, next payout cycle. Nonetheless, though, just adding to the leverage. So I would put them as a good value, okay? 4 out of 5. Why not 5 out of 5 or not perfect? One, it's just the trailing stuff. Again, the benefit of Apex, even though they have trailing, which is the absolute worst account type by far, is you can get 20 accounts. I have to make that clear. So if you haven't seen my Apex videos, I say it all the time. The reason Apex is worth it is because the accounts are cheap and you can get 20 of them. If one of those wasn't the case, the value prop becomes worse. So they're in the middle. You can only get 5 accounts. They have trailing accounts, but they do have static accounts, which makes it totally worth it. So I would not touch the trailing. I would just get some static accounts, call it a day. Even at full price is a value prop. I don't know if they run sales or not. They might. Obviously, if they run a sale, that's even better. But I would just 100% go for the static account all day. You're literally buying money, right? There's no trailing. So it's like I spend $170 and I get $740 of account. That's a good deal. And then I have to work to hit the profit target, but you're working either way. So yeah, that is my analysis of daytraders.com, 4 out of 5. Again, if you're still here watching, subscribe to the channel. If you're looking for a trading home, check out Trade Edge. We trade live every single day, 9:30 to 11 a.m. There's a link down below, or you can go to the search bar and type in wap.com/trade edge. Again, that is wap.com/trade edge. We're really good traders focused on teaching people how to trade. Thanks for joining me. Deuces.